Raise your hand if you have ever had a goal or a dream that you wanted so badly, but you ended up talking yourself out of it and just thinking about everything that could go wrong, and you ended up not doing anything to move towards it. Guilty as charged. Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Michaela, and today we're going to be talking all about how to get out of your own head. I am a massive overthinker. I will create all these worst case scenarios in my head that don't even exist, and then I convince myself that they exist, and then I do nothing to work towards my goals, and it is just not a good time, and I know that I'm not the only one. So I really wanted to share with you ways that I try so hard to get out of my own head. Please excuse the thunder if you can hear that. It is storming like crazy. It's July in Charleston and we get so many storms this time of year. Like, they just pop up out of nowhere and they are intense. Like torrential, sideways rain, rumbling thunder almost constantly. Like, it is insane. But yeah, that's what's going on. So if you hear any thunder or if you see the lighting go a little bit different, that is why. Okay. Oh, it's coming down. It's actually quite cozy. I do struggle quite a bit with being in my own head, and I've had to work really hard to figure out ways that I could get myself out of my own head, because as someone that is building a YouTube channel and also building a real estate business, the work tasks that come with both of those things are all on me. And if I don't do my work, or I don't do those things and hold myself accountable to get that work done, then neither one of those things are gonna grow. I really wanted to share with you the things that I've been doing to really help me on those days where I'm just really overthinking, I'm having a bunch of fear-based thoughts, or it's just I'm not feeling it that day. Like, there's just days where you have to push through. These are the things that I do that have really helped me. We stand in our own way quite a bit. It's very easy to put the blame on outside factors, but we really have to come to the realization that we're in control of our thoughts, we're in control of our emotions and our actions, and we can control how we react or how we feel about something or about our circumstances, and not let those things define us or hold us back. So go ahead and grab yourself a beverage or a cozy blanket. I, again, have my iced coffee, because would it be a video without my iced coffee? I don't think so. Oh, there's some more thunder. But sit back, relax, and let's get into it. One thing that has really helped me is being compassionate towards myself. It's hard to push through a feeling whenever you don't acknowledge it, you don't understand why you feel that way. So it's really important to show yourself compassion and show yourself some grace, because you really need to understand the root of why you feel the way that you feel, and know that it is a normal feeling. You're not gonna have an amazing day every single day. You're not gonna be positive 100% of the time. You're going to have days where you just feel like crap, or you have days where you're just having a lot of fear-based thoughts and you just feel like you can't get yourself to do something. That's okay. That is normal. You have to just accept that and understand why you feel that way. Get to the root of it. Once you take that step back, and then get back towards it and not sit in it. Because when you sit in it, that's whenever people fall into ruts, and then it's really hard to get out of those. So just being able to become self-aware of your thoughts and emotions and catching yourself, it's gonna make it a lot easier to bounce back and just keep moving forward. I am at my absolute happiest whenever I am creating something. And it is such a great way to get out of your head. We as human beings are here on this earth to create. So that could look different for everyone. For me, it's creating videos. For you, it could be painting or coloring or baking or cooking. Whatever form of creation brings you happiness and joy, that's what you should do. It's a way to shift your focus away from all those negative emotions, and it puts you in a flow state in a way where you can express yourself. And that's what we're here on this earth to do. So that was a big lightning bolt. Wait for it. There it is. I told you, she's a rough one out there. So if you are ever really in a mental slump and you feel like you just can't pull yourself out of it, go create whatever it is that brings you so much happiness and makes you feel good. It's so cool to see something go from the beginning stages to a finished product, and know that that's something that you did. And it's just a really great way to shift your focus and give you some positive energy instead of just sitting in the negative. Another thing that has really helped me get out of my own head is physical activity. I love just getting my body moving and my blood flowing, and it just is such a healthy distraction from my negative thoughts. It releases endorphins and it helps to reduce stress and anxiety. And honestly, this is so simple to do. You could go put on a 3-minute stretch on YouTube, or you could go do a 30-minute workout if you wanted, or just go for a walk outside. It can be very, very simple, just anything to get your blood flowing and your body moving, and it'll help to clear your mind so that whenever you do come back to whatever it was that was making you just feel icky, for lack of a better term, you can come back to it with a clearer mind and a fresher perspective so that you can actually tackle what it is you need to do and push yourself forward. The next thing that also really helps is to bring yourself into the present. The best way to do this is to really tune into your senses. So, taking in your surroundings, what you hear, what you see, what you smell. I don't know if you can really taste anything, but you know what I'm saying. Just really connect to your environment and where you are right now. Because a lot of the times, if we are stressed or we're anxious or we're worried, we're living in either the past or the future and not right now. When you have full control of this moment is a gift that, oh my gosh. And this moment is a gift that we can really appreciate. So important to take yourself out of those worrisome and anxious thoughts and bring yourself to where you are, root yourself into your environment, and really ground yourself in your body. Oh. That lightning bolt was very close. You saw that? Y'all, I'm not kidding when I tell you these things are intense. Something else that really helps me on days where I just feel like I can't get out of my thoughts and they're just consuming me is practicing gratitude. It's something that is so simple, but truly it does make such a big difference. If we're in our heads, we are focusing and dialing in on all of those negative things and those negative feelings and the things that frustrate us or upset us. And we really need to shift and focus on the positive things that do make us feel good that we have in our lives. A little sub tip to this is to also acknowledge the progress that you have already made. No matter how small that it is, even if you're not where you want to be, it is so incredibly crucial to acknowledge the hard work that you have done and the milestones that you have hit, because you've put in so much work to those things and you can use that progress to motivate you. I love to compare myself to the year prior. So what do I have this year that I would have given anything to have last year? And I promise you, you can name at least one thing and be grateful for that thing. And it also makes you realize the growth that you have done, because a lot of the times we can get so caught up in the mundane and just go through life and not acknowledge the good things that we've done or the progress that we've made. So it is so incredibly important to use that progress to motivate you and acknowledge the growth that you have done and be grateful for that. Because one of the hardest things to do is to be working so hard towards something and still be waking up to the same situation or just feel like you're not near your goal at all. But you have to keep going and you have to use that progress to motivate you. And if you can acknowledge how far that you have come, you can understand and see clearer that, okay, this effort doing this every single day does make a difference. I don't see it right now, but I will see it in a year from now. Gratitude and reflection are truly my favorite ways to pull myself out of my head, because it's a way that I can find that I motivate myself. You have to be your own hype man. You can't rely on anyone else to be your hype man and to be there and push you. You have to do that for yourself. You have to respect yourself enough to do that. Honestly, practicing gratitude is just such a key for me, because it really does keep you from honing in so much on the negative and it helps you just see the positive. Because I promise you, you most likely have more positive things around you than negative, but the negative can feel like they overpower the positive because of how much attention we can give them. Another thing that really helps me is listening to music or podcasts. So with music, do not listen to sad music or anything that puts you in your feels. That is not what we are looking for. We are looking for things that make us feel good, or we want to have a dance party and are just really uplifting songs. With podcasts, I really love to listen listen to the Magic Manifestation podcast by Michaela J, which I'll put a little screenshot here of that podcast. She is incredible. She's all about manifestation and goal setting and is just really motivating and so down to earth, and I just really enjoy listening to her. So I would definitely recommend a podcast like that is just very motivating and can put you back into that growth mindset, because whenever we're in our head, we are in a mindset of lack, and we need to shift back to that abundance mindset, because you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with or are around the most. If they are not in an abundance mindset and they are not in a growth mindset, you probably are struggling to get into that as well. So being able to essentially have these podcast friends that you can listen to and go to whenever you feel like you're in a slump or you just feel like crap, it just helps to almost have like a virtual mentor that you can be like, okay, I'm just gonna just block these thoughts out. I'm gonna listen to them for 10 minutes or whatever it is. For example, I was struggling really badly in the mornings. So I would have my coffee, I would work out, but once I would go do my makeup, it was like the time I just sat in my head, and it was so toxic. I would be in an okay mood, and then I would go do my makeup and I would get so grumpy because I would just sit in my thoughts, and you just can't give yourself the chance to do that. So I acknowledged that my mood was completely shifting after doing my makeup every single day. So this is the time that I listen to either music or a podcast depending on how I feel that day, and it made the world of a difference. I was so much more motivated. I was way more positive. I was able to take a message I would hear in the podcast and digest it and apply it, especially that day, and make it a part of my mindset. And it's a way to grow your mindset. It's part of truly romanticizing those moments too, and not giving yourself the chance to overthink or the chance to sit in your negativity, because I promise you, if you are given the chance, you will, and I do. Or you just find a time in the day like I did where you're seeing a consistent shift in your energy that you can use that time to refuel or to almost prevent that from happening and stay in that good vibration and in that good mindset, so you can keep going throughout your day and going and doing what you need to do to crush your goals. All right, you guys, well, that is going to wrap up today's video. I really hope that this helped you out and you were able to find a tip or two to help you out on days where you just are in a mental slump. It happens to all of us, and all of these things are very simple to do and are very attainable. If you have any other tips that you use to get yourself out of your own head, please comment those down below so that we can all use those as well. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me during this crazy storm and just talking about life. I will see you in my next video. Bye.